series, right? I know I had a lot of people hit me up on my DMs like, yo, what's up? Talking about the AAU money grab and this situation. Well, listen, we had to start out somewhere. And because I get a lot of calls and a lot of DMs from parents and coaches and talking about those topics, I felt like that was a great place to start. So let's sit back and enjoy this episode because it's going to be a goodie. All right. So, with saying that, I want to jump right into it, right off the bat, and talk about the positive side of playing AAU basketball. What are the benefits? Because there are a lot of benefits to playing AAU basketball. And I don't want to get uh, people all up in in the tiffy and all upset about just talking about the negative side. There's a positive and negative with everything, living life, right? You're going to get the good part of life, you're going to get the bad part of life. It's just about taking the whole thing and enjoying what you can get out of it because there's going to be some bumps in the road. But I think there are some positives, a lot of positive about playing AAU basketball. Again, I could tap into when I played AAU basketball in the 80s, I got a chance to play in front of a lot of college coaches. And you playing against some of the best players. Now, that all depends what level you're on, right? Because if you're not playing on the higher circuits and against, those players who are in that traffic of coaches in front of them and getting looked at, it may not benefit you. But if you keep working, hopefully you get to that level. And that's all everyone is trying to get to, that certain level of playing in front of the best college coaches and playing against the best players. All right. So let's just talk about the most positive aspects of AAU basketball. It is its ability to provide juniors and seniors with the opportunity for college recruitment. Many college coaches attend AAU tournaments during the spring and summer to scout players. These events offer players who may not get much exposure in their high school season a chance to showcase their talents in front of dozens, if not hundreds, of college scouts at one time. If you're playing for a high school, it's pretty decent, and you don't have a star player on your team that everyone is talking about and is getting, at least a lot of local exposure and some national exposure, college coaches not showing up. Let's keep it a buck. College coaches are not showing up. But if you're a kid who can make an AAU team and you get on a college, coach's radar because you playing against a player that maybe the college coaches are there to watch, here's your chance. Here's your chance to advance right there. Never be afraid of the smoke. And I mean, if you know there's another player on the opposite team who's getting a lot of attention, who college coaches are coming to watch, put yourself in position to play against that player. That'd be the smart thing to do. Coach, I want to guard him. Oh, he's so much better than you. I don't think you should do that. No, coach, let me see if I can stop him or at least contain him. Because at that moment, you're putting yourself in that position to be looked at. And even if you're not guarding that player who is considered the best player on the court, who all the college coaches are watching, at least you're on the floor and you can make things happen and showcase your skills. So there's a lot of benefits of being at the right place at the right time. There are so many players who have benefited from that throughout the country. All right. Now, for elite juniors and seniors, this system can be invaluable. High school seasons are limited in terms of games and visibility. Meanwhile, AAU tournaments can offer multiple games in a weekend, all played in front of recruiters who are actively searching for prospects to fill their college rosters. It's no surprise that many players who have received college scholarships and even gone on to play professionally cite AAU basketball as a crucial part of their development and exposure. Let's take, for example, Ja Morant. Ja Morant wasn't highly touted. He played on the same team as Zion Williamson. So just imagine all the attention Zion is having at that moment. And also, the players that's playing with him is getting exposure as well. But I think this was a time when Ja Morant was playing with another AAU program and was playing in another gym. And this college scout who was there looking at other players just happened to walk over to the opposite gym because he wanted to get some snacks, and he went to the concession stand, walked inside the gym, saw Ja Morant. And in that instant, he knew that Ja Morant was a player that he needed to have on his team. Flash forward, he becomes a star at his college and move on to become an all-star in the NBA. Things like that happen. Steph Curry, even though he had an NBA dad, he wasn't highly touted as well. And he had to work, AAU still didn't get looks, but he put himself in position to get a scholarship, mid-major school at Davidson, and took off. And even when he got to the pros, he still had to work to become the Steph Curry we all know today. Damian Lillard, another player who wasn't highly touted, who, through the AAU system, picked up a scholarship, transformed himself into one of the best players in the country to get drafted. And now we know about Damian Lillard today because he's one of the best players in the league. Now, here are 3 examples of kids who wasn't highly touted in high school, who wasn't nationally ranked, but was able to put themselves in position to become great. So there are so many different examples of kids benefiting from playing AAU ball. Now, right now, you got kids out in Arizona. There's a plethora of teams out there, especially from New York and all over the country, who out there playing in front of a lot of coaches. Salute to the Wrens, who picked up another win. The New York Wrens is 2-0 right now. Salute to C. Will and the whole coaching staff over there. Their 17U team just picked up their second win, and I know today they're probably playing another 2 or 3 games before they come back home. So those are the positive things that are happening across the country in AAU basketball. Let's look at this Nike Hoop Summit, EYBL alumni, people talking about the moments that they had and the platform that helped them prepare them for the next level. All right? So we're going to get into that real quick. Hold tight.
Nike URBO is the epitome of AAU basketball.
And Nike is kind of the best of the best in every way.
Culture at the URBO, I mean, it's the closest thing to the next level that you're gonna get.
It's definitely high culture. Every game is high intensity, so just trying to match the energy.
You'll be able to play against them best player around the world, but most importantly in the U.S.
Just being able to play for a Nike team just means a lot. Just because I wouldn't be able to be where I am at today without the Nike community and EYBL.
The exposure on EYBL was just like no other I've really seen. I mean, they have college coaches left and right looking for you.
There's other great circuits as well, but I think URBL has really set the standard, and it's gonna, I guess, stay that way for a while, in my opinion.
All right. Let's talk about it. EYBL. That is the Rolls Royce of the AAU circuit. If you're able to make it to that level and play on that circuit, you will be seen by some of the top colleges in America. And you also will be playing against the top competition. So there's a lot to say about the EYBL, who does a fantastic job of putting the best players in one place and having them compete. The EYBL is definitely a place where kids can benefit by playing AAU basketball on their circuit. They also have a national high school league. Well, the best high school talent in the country are playing in one league. And this can propel them to national stardom. So salute to EYBL and everything that they're doing. I know there's some other leagues, but today we want to just focus on EYBL and the positive side of AAU basketball. Because with saying that, there are some positive and negative to everything. But today we are focusing just strictly on the positive side of basketball on the AAU circuit. Now, for the skills development and additional playing time, AAU basketball can also provide players with the chance to develop their skills through more playing time and higher level competition. Like I said, you gotta want the smoke, because if you want to play like the best, it is cool to play against the best. For players truly dedicating to improving playing an additional season playing AAU basketball after the school season is a significant advantage. While high school basketball offers a defined season, AAU fills the gaps, providing an opportunity for players to compete in the spring and summer when the school seasons have concluded. Now, you may be playing in a high school league where the competition is not that great and you're dominating, and that's cool too. But if you're the only one dominating in that league and you're not someone that have gotten some kind of national exposure, or you're not the top player in or one of the top players in that city, then college coaches may not be coming to your game. There are kids who average 30, 25, 26, and no colleges have came to their games. It's a lot of kids right now, New York City, who don't have a place to go right now. And that's just keeping it a buck. It's a lot of guys who are considered some of the top players in the city who still have not signed a letter of intent to go to college. And a lot of them are still out there on the AAU circuit trying to garner a scholarship. So this additional playing time can be instrumental in the player's development. Instead of waiting months, Between high school seasons, athletes can stay sharp by competing against strong competition and working on their skills in the spring. And that is some of the positives sides of playing AAU basketball, as well as the benefits of playing AAU basketball. Well, until next time, I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and this has been High School Basketball Weekly. I didn't realize this is still on there. This is crazy from last game. My bad, people. That was the Hammer Brian Ellaby's episode right there. Y'all should check that out. And this is High School Basketball Weekly, episode 49. Got to put this up there real quick. Here we go. Got to show this right here. For those of you that haven't watched that powerful episode with New York street ball legend Brian Hammer Ellaby, that is one awesome episode that I think you guys should be watching. Please check that out. That's on the channel. It's a very, very touching episode. But right now, we're about to sign off. I want to do that before we get out of here. I'm your host, Glenn Poole Harding, and you've been watching The Truth About American Basketball, the benefits of playing AAU ball. There you go. We're about to get out of here. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for checking us out. We'll be back. All right? We'll be back with part 4. The truth about American basketball and more benefits of playing AAU ball. All right? Peace, y'all. Peace. We out of here.
Y'all ready?